Matt once again. Figured I'd do different little background, just change it up. Plus it gives me a chance to lay down instead of sitting down. Because when I see news like this, I have to lay down. So, this was something about a month or two ago. It was a Twitter exchange where someone mentioned, hey, what if there was an idea of a Die Hard movie, but with a lesbian angle, and maybe Charlize Theron could play it. And Charlize Theron, actress I've enjoyed in quite a few stuff. She goes, yeah, I would love to play it. Sounds like a great idea. And I thought, okay, people have sent me this piece of news. I assumed, okay, she wants to do a Die Hard type of movie. There's been tons of those. I mean, there's Sudden Death with Jean-Claude Van Damme, Cliffhanger with Sylvester Stallone, Under Siege with Steven Seagal. Batista did one called Final Score. Okay. You want to have a lesbian angle? Okay, whatever. Don't give a shit. I care about the story, or the characters, or the action, or spectacle, or what kind of effects are used, or the music, or all the other things. Her being a lesbian or not is pretty much way, way, way down the spectrum of what I look for in a movie. I don't give a shit. You gay, straight, both, neither, threesomes, foursomes, orgies, or none. Apathetic, asexual, I don't give a fuck. But then I looked into it more. No, apparently she wants to do an actual reboot of Die Hard with the name Die Hard. Not a Die Hard type of movie, but the actual brand name of Die Hard. I'm sitting there and I'm going, why? People go, well, what's the big deal? And they throw out these insults like homophobic. No, I'm tired of brands being taken more and more and more as the cheap sluts they're becoming, pimped out there at the curb for $5 a piece, $5 an ass. Used and abused so fucking many times, they have less sperm than a used condom. That's why I'm tired of these brands being. That's why so many times I've said I don't want anything brought back. There's going to be a new Predator with some Comanche woman, whatever the fuck. Probably some SJW shit in there as well, because they always got to push that. They always got to have something, because agenda is what matters. Not story, not character, not any of the above that I mentioned a minute or two ago. Agenda is first and foremost. Terminator Dark Fate. Do you think story and plot and action was in the forefront? No, agenda. Agenda was first and foremost. Everything else is secondary. The Disney Star Wars films. Agenda was first and foremost. Everything else was secondary. Even to a lesser, the Predator. Because if you're autistic, or if you have special powers and almost superpowers, and it's just, what about good story? How about good characters, or good action, or badass characters, or whatnot? And here's my question. For people who get mad at what I'm saying. If your agenda, your story, you feel is a strong point, why do you need a brand to tell it? That's my question. Why do you need a brand to sell it? If it's that strong, you feel it's that great, make your own original movie. Make your own film. Make your own flick. But no, we gotta find a name because we need to force an agenda into something So, okay, you feel gay people are not represented as well. So you want an action film where a person happens to be gay. I would rather have a movie where the character is strong. Whether they're gay or straight shouldn't fucking matter. But somehow it's been flipped and switched. Again, the agenda matters more. Because these tweets said nothing about, well, the character. What's the character? What's the story? What's the plot? No, let's do Die Hard and it's a lesbian. Frankly, for me, don't do anything with Die Hard anymore. A Good Day to Die Hard. Good Day, that's wonderful of a movie. More like A Good Day to suck ass. Die Hard 5, even Bruce Willis can't make a good Die Hard film anymore. So why reboot it? Not every fucking thing needs a reboot. Because it's lazy. It's tired. You're retreading the stuff over and over again. Yeah, the Die Hard type of movies, maybe not the most original stories, but at least they tried. Cliffhanger. Under Siege. Sudden Death. All films I enjoy. Final Store. At least they were their own movies. They didn't have to suck and swallow the seed of a brand to get in good graces and to literally suck up to someone. Suck up to something. Suck up to some name. To hopefully get the money in there. And because it's a brand name, whatever agenda you want to sell, you put it up there in neon lights. Only what you're selling is counterfeit. What you're selling don't mean jack shit. You put the flame to it, it's blue flame. Ain't fucking there. Because there's no story, there's no character behind it. It's like they know. So we need a brand name to get us to a point where that's, I would say, half the battle. But no, that's 80% of the battle. Okay, then what? Well, then we're going to be lazy, release a product, and then it's going to be shit canned by audiences. Probably not do that great at the box office, and then it's going to disappear in a matter of 3 months. Ghostbusters 2016, the Disney Star Wars films. Now they're getting a lot of shit for what they did for Gina Carano, as they deserve, because fuck Disney, fuck Lucasfilm, fuck Star Wars. Ghostbusters 2016, no one remembers that fucking film. There'll be times you mention it, people go, oh yeah, they did it, just The Predator. Now they want to do another Predator, as if the last Predator film that was technically a hit, if you don't include AVP, was the first film. To me, the last good one was the second film in 1990. But the team wanted to do Alien and Predator and Terminator and all this other shit. They want to do another Terminator film after Terminator Dark Fate. They want to do another Predator film with some Comanche woman, whatever the fuck. They had a plot line, and the plot line was like this big of a paragraph, and none of it mentioned a Predator. Right, Comanche woman shooting arrows at a Predator. I don't give a shit. Don't give a fuck. I don't. Because why should I? Fuck, I'm sorry, even Bill and Ted did that. Because Bill and Ted are the losers. It wasn't them that saved the universe. It was their daughters. It wasn't them, it was their daughters. See, they're nothing without the daughters. Even though in Boulder's Journey they did, because I saw them do it. But no, they have to be losers. We have to bring down the male to prop up the female. We gotta bring down the straight person to prop up a gay person. We gotta bring stuff down. And I'm like, well, what is this bullshit I keep hearing about we should be equal? That's not equality. Equality is 50-50. But they keep doing this over and over and over again. And then you say it, people just go for the easy insults without actually hearing what you are saying, without actually detailing what you're working out, coming out of your voice, coming out of your thought process. This whole idea right here that I'm talking about, in my opinion, I don't want to see another Die Hard film. I don't want to see another Die Hard film with Bruce Willis. I don't want to see a remake of Die Hard. I don't want to see a reboot of Die Hard. I know they'll do it. Whether it's this idea or some other idea or when they have that stupid idea, Die Hard Year One. You know what the Year One of Die Hard is? The first Die Hard movie. Because that was the fucking point. This is how stupid these studios are. Remember that idea? Well, we want to show Bruce Willis, but then we'll show how John McClane got started and a situation he went through when he was young. No, that was the whole point of Die Hard. He was the normal guy at the wrong place at the wrong time, and this didn't happen to him that often. That the first Die Hard was the first time he went through that crazy of an experience. And thankfully they didn't make that movie. But again, I don't want... That's why when all these franchises... Oh, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see any of these franchises come back. I'm a Rambo fan. I don't want to see any more Rambo films. I'm a Ninja Turtle fan. Sadly, I don't want to see any more Ninja Turtles films. Let alone this whatever fuck bullshit that Seth Rogen wants to produce. Great. Are the Turtles going to smoke weed? Smoke weed every day. Is going to be 2 clicks away from food? Whatever the fuck, that sausage party? They'll be obsessed with pizza again, because we're the Turtles. Pizza, pizza, pizza. If you're not going to do it right, don't fucking do it, because I'm fucking tired of it. And I'm not alone. It's not like I'm talking to the fucking air. I'm not the only one that thought The Predator sucked. I'm not the only one that thought Alien Covenant sucked. I'm not the only one that thought A Good Day to Suck Cards sucked. I'm not the only one that thought the Disney Star Wars films suck. I'm not the only one that thought Terminator Dark Fate sucked. And no one learns. And Charlize Theron, what the fuck are you doing? Just make your own fucking movie. Make your own fucking film. You got Atomic Blonde. What you're saying here, why don't you do that with Atomic Blonde? You want to make a fucking sequel? Make the sequel a Die Hard type of movie. I wasn't a big fan of Atomic Blonde. There's aspects I liked, but I think there's aspects that could be very much improved. Very much improved. Charlize was not the problem. The way some of the action scenes were not the problem. But it needed better pacing. The story needed to be a lot stronger. The way it was structured. It wasn't as exciting as it could and should have been. There's rooms of improvement. If you want to do your Die Hard type of movie, do it with Atomic Blonde too. You can easily do that. She has a new girlfriend. You can put in a high-rise building. You can put in any fucking building. Okay, you do a Die Hard type of movie. You got Atomic Blonde. Why don't you just do your sequel to that? I'm sure there'll be someone to finance for it. Or go direct the video. It's not like there's no good action films that are direct to video. Go watch some Scott Adkins films or Michael Jai White films or films Isaac Florentine directed. The Raid Redemption costs like $1 million. All these platforms like HBO Max, all this stuff. I'm sure, hey, we want to do a sequel to Atomic Blonde. Okay, you shoot in the building. There you go. Fucking Anna Nicole Smith. Anna Nicole Smith was able to do a fucking Die Hard type of film back in the day. That was her own film. It was called Skyscraper. And nothing to do with the one with The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. It was a piece of shit movie. This is an Anna Nicole Smith action film. But at least it's her own film, and she didn't say, I want to do a Die Hard movie, but I wanted to be called Die Hard and be a reboot. No, she did her own film. It was shitty. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson did his own. Skyscraper, I thought it sucked. But at least it was his own film. And that's why when I didn't like it, but I'm like, it's not one of the worst films ever. I just didn't like it for various reasons. So Charlize, I think it's one of those things where it's like whoever, why do I get this sinking feeling that we're getting more and more to a point where, well, if you're a straight white guy, everybody just hates you. That black people hate you, gay people hate you, women hate you. And so let's find any and every way to say fuck him and fuck him and fuck him. I'm getting fucking tired of it. Because if the door swung both ways, number one, I wouldn't want to do that. Just this bullshit thing. And two, it'd be awful to fucking do and say. Why do I feel like that's the case? Getting fucking tired of it. Just do your own film. If you want to do a Die Hard type of movie, cool, Charlize. I like you as an actress. Just do your own type. But you don't need the Die Hard name. Because I'm tired of this cheap whoring out of these franchises for a couple dollars, which most times they don't make because a lot of these films fucking bomb. Or they become disappointments. Or they go, what the fuck? Because again, the agenda comes first. Fuck story, fuck characters, fuck development, fuck the action, fuck all the other... Is the agenda there? Okay, our job's mostly done. No, it's fucking not. Honestly, for the most part, that should be the least of your worries. That should be the least of what you're thinking about. Die Hard hasn't been good for a while. You don't need to fuck with it some more. That's why, again, when people go, oh, they're bringing back this... No. I don't want to see any more movies brought back from the 80s or from the 90s. I don't want to see any more of it. Make your own original shit. Or be more creative. And when I say original, no. It's... I should say I'm not going to say it's impossible. But it's very hard to find something 100% original. Because you can find a story that was either in a book, a comic book, an episode of a show like Twilight Zone, or a variety of other avenues that you look into. But when I say more original, I mean Under Siege is more original than just doing a reboot, remake of Die Hard. With the name, the title, all that. Make your own movie like Under Siege and put on a battleship. Okay, that's more original than just doing a reboot, remake of Die Hard. Same with Cliffhanger. Same with all the other films I mentioned. Let's be more creative. John Wick. One of the better... You can easily see the best action franchise in the past 5 years. Yeah, because the first John Wick was 2014. Name a better action franchise in the past 5 years. John Wick. When I say that's original, as in it's an original character that's not based on a comic, not based on another book, not based on another movie, not just a remake. So it makes it at least a little bit more original than, another fucking Jacob's Ladder remake, yet another Predator, yet another Terminator. And guess what? They did it well. You got 3 movies. And each time they release a film, it makes more and more money. Well, Matt, you like this. There's always exceptions to the rule that goes with everything and anything. But the exceptions are few and far in between. And again, I wasn't going to do this because A, it's just an exchange on Twitter. It's not like a representative of a studio mentioned anything about it. It's not like, oh, coming out in the trades, here it is, coming soon in 2022, 2023. Lesbo Hard. Live Free or Die Lesbo. Whatever the fuck, Lesbo 2, more lesbian. Or what the fuck? Lesbo Hard 2, the Clitning. I don't need this shit. To keep harping and harping and harping on these fucking franchises. Clit Hard 2, Clitty Harder, Clit Hard with a Vengeance, Live Free or Clit Hard, A Good Day to Clit Hard. I don't need the shit. Just stop it with this fucking agenda shit. Make your own fucking films. Center on characters. Make a good character first. That's the thing. They hone in on, she's gay. Okay, you use it almost as a gimmick. It becomes almost a gimmick now. This is the gimmick. All this stars this one race or this one thing. Okay, you're acting as if that's a gimmick for promotional purposes. It is. Okay, but you're not telling me the story. You're not telling me what the characters are. You're not telling me this. You're just using some kind of agenda to get brownie points from a community to sell an agenda like a fucking coupon that you cash in for later. What is the story? What is the character? What is this and that? Agenda has now become a selling point. And I would read comments under this tweet, and they're all like, yeah, trans rights. Okay, cool, I believe in trans. I believe in gay. I believe in all that. But you're not talking about what you're... Okay, well, what's the story? Well, they're gay. Yeah, and... But, well, she's a lesbian. Well, what's her character, though? She's a lesbian. But no, what's her character? And you say this and some people look at you with a question mark on their face. As if they're the fucking Riddler. I have no issue with someone in a movie who is gay, who is straight, who is transsexual, or whatever. Well, sometimes you make jokes. I make jokes on everybody. I make fun of fucking Michael Bay. He's the whitest guy out there. I make fun of Zack Snyder when he's a fucking edgelord in his DC movies. But I also like Michael Bay's The Island, and I like Michael Bay's Bad Boys films. But then when he produces shit like the Ninja Turtles, 2014, 2016, I make fun of them because I thought they were shit movies. Zack Snyder, I like Dawn of the Dead remake and his fucking Owl movie. But then I'm not a fan of DC movies. You have the right to make fun of anybody. That's what equal is. But people don't want equality, they want special privileges. So I don't need to see I don't need to see Die Hard Reboot at all. Whether there's lesbians in it or not. Just leave Die Hard alone. Leave all these franchises alone. Remember the RoboCop remake? I'm sure everyone has forgotten about that. For good reason. Stop bringing back franchises. Please. I love the 80s and 90s. I have a fucking poster of an 80s movie there. I have an 80s movie poster here. A lot of these DVDs are movies from the 80s and 90s. But that was a time... And you could try to replicate all you want, but we live in 2021, and it just feels like that. A replication. Again, are there exceptions? Yes, but the exceptions are running thin. They're running thin. And many times I'll say in the future videos, oh, I wish they would do this. But wish it in one hand, and you shit in the other. What fills up first? So there you go. So thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.